Good morning from Browns Bay. It's day 7 and it's the 1st of April. We're 1 week on in this lockdown and we're doing okay, I think. Here's something to reflect on today about getting stuck. The story is told of a man who had an offensive body odor. So he went to the doctor to see if something could be done about it. The doctor examined him and could find nothing physically wrong. He scratched his head and he said, "Well, what do you do for a living?" The man sighed and he said, "Well, that might be the problem. You see, I work at the airport, and it's my job to empty the holding tanks from the restrooms aboard the aircraft. It's all overhead, and invariably some of it lands on top of me. Try as I may, it's hard to get it all off." Said the doctor. "Sounds like you need to look for a new job." The man looked at the doctor with a frown on his face and said, "What? And get out of aviation?" Sometimes we get stuck, don't we? Like the man at the pool in Bethesda in John's Gospel at chapter 5, we need to be asked, do you really want to get well? Do you really want to move on? Do you want to find a new way? How are you adjusting to this new situation? Things have happened beyond your control. Maybe your job's gone. Perhaps your social life has disappeared, and being an extrovert, that's like torture to you. Holiday plans perhaps cancelled. That concert you looked forward to for about a decade is now just a dream. Or your life threatened. The statistics about possible death have genuinely scared you and you don't sleep well. Much depends, I think, on how we respond to circumstances. I guess like our man in the aviation industry, living under rather smelly circumstances, well, under the current crisis, he'd have to find a new job anyway. But you don't have to wait for circumstances to force you to try something new. I found myself speaking to you like this prompted by the impending social isolation. And I did one live video and I thought, well, what else can we do? And tried YouTube and that worked too. And then I restarted my old custom of writing daily to people. I did that many years ago when email first came out. And long before MSN Messenger and other chat platforms, I was doing email counseling with people around the world. And they were amazing opportunities to help and encourage others in crisis. For me, it's always been about encouraging people, and that's why I'm doing this. And people have encouraged me as well. So when it's over, and that might take a long time, I may well take on something new to expand our ministry. I don't want to be stuck either. Years ago, I spent many months working on the various requirements and systems needed to get a radio station going where we lived. As it turned out, it never transpired because the rules changed and we couldn't do the Christian radio service anyway. But the idea never went away. And a good friend of mine who broadcasts daily on internet radio now has inspired me to consider doing that too. He's promised to help me to get going with internet radio, and I think that's a good idea. The more we can do to reach people and encourage them, the better. And I may well have to step out into something new. This lockdown and pandemic may change the world as we know it. Many could end up working from home. Many may find entirely new careers. Lots of us will find live streaming and these various online portals quite ordinary. But think of getting out of the industry or career you're in if you're a bit stuck like the man in the aviation industry. His body odor was symptomatic of something else. Sometimes I think we work on symptoms rather than causes. Don't be afraid of taking on something new. You may well have time now to explore your options. In all these things, you too can encourage and inspire others. If you'd like a Bible passage to look at today, consider Acts 11 from verse 21 to 24. It's about the church in Antioch where the followers of Jesus were first called Christians, and Barnabas features, and his name means son of encouragement. He's been described as one of the most admirable persons or personalities of the New Testament. Well, I hope I've encouraged you today. Won't you encourage those around you? They might not be telling you how stressed they really are. Help them to find the peace we've been talking about all week, God's peace through Jesus. As Palm Sunday approaches, it's to Jesus, the Prince of Peace, that we need to turn to find our ultimate peace and direction. Let's encourage one another to make bold decisions and find new ways to make a difference. Let's not get stuck. And remember, don't be afraid. We're not alone. So enjoy day 7. That's a good start. Just a few more weeks to go, hopefully. And bye-bye from Browns Bay. Until we meet again. Take care.